Rising, peace, love, light, and healing tribe. Listen, pay attention. So most of the situations that happen or occur amongst us are for our learning, to be able to educate us on what's truly going on and what's really happening in the community. And I believe that as a minister and as sheep, these things are necessary to be exposed, right? I know for a fact that they are necessary to be exposed because that's how Yah operates and functions. He operates and functions through exposure so that we can be aware of what's going on around us, right? So the problem is that people who may defend situations such as what we witnessing with the brother Deacan situation, people who may defend that, the reason why they're offended, the reason why they will defend it is because they're afraid of the shame that the Father will bring forth upon their situation. This situation with him was supposed to be exposed, just like the situation with Grla Hebrew was supposed to be exposed. You know why? It's because y'all don't deal with pride. Y'all don't deal with pride, and he doesn't deal with haughtiness. And the way that he doesn't accept pride or accept haughtiness, but the way that he deals with pride and the way that he deals with haughtiness is through exposure and shame. Because some people care more about their reputation with the people than their relationship with the Creator. That's the problem. People so hyped up on a reputation. I'll be the first one to tell y'all, listen, I paraded my marriage around the internet. And when I got divorced, I put that on there too. Because you know why? I'm not ashamed of the shame that it comes with, because I know that there's power in being exposed. That's if you accept it wholeheartedly. So now, with this situation with the brother, I'm going to say what I'm going to say and I'm going to leave it at that. When you look at these videos that this sister had posted, and this not for children, man. I'm going to make this quick, and this is not for children, okay? When you look at the videos that the sister had made on her YouTube about how he extorted her. Extortion is a sin, Jack, and it should be exposed too. Extortion is a sin, and it should be exposed too. But what she shared was how he consistently asked her for money, right? And you gotta be mindful of people's past and how they show up in their present. And if they're covering up their past with anything in their present right now. Like most niggas do that. Most of these Israelite niggas do that. Who they was in the past, they want to still be that, but using the Father's word to cover it up. So when we looking at when I'm looking at the situation, it's like this. He was constantly asking her for money, adding him to her accounts and things of that sort. Let me tell y'all, man. I'm from Memphis, where dudes don't do nothing but pimp. I'm gonna tell y'all what that is, and that was that so-called break a bitch mentality. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. And why shouldn't that be exposed, right? Nobody has the time to condemn nobody when their own situations are condemning them itself. These are just examples that the Father is showing you. Stop being so intrigued by these niggas with knowledge that's running around here with the Bible calling themselves Israelites. You gotta stop. You gotta stop that. Because they not straight in the spirit. Don't worry about the information that they giving you. Can be more concerned with the spirit that they coming in. Right? The worst part about this situation to me is that her father entrusted this man. She was recommended by her father. It wasn't a decision that she had made on her own. Her father approved of this man, and this man didn't even have the decency to have enough respect for the father to continue to respect that man's daughter. I don't care if you are, every relationship goes into heated arguments. We all get into heated arguments, right? We all get into heated arguments. But to have enough respect for the man who approved you for his daughter was the worst part for me, because you don't even have enough respect for that man, because your status as a leader was, I don't give a damn about what nobody say. Hey, your reputation amongst the community was more important than your relationship with the Creator and your wife. I'm just sharing this to show y'all the example of how the Father is going to continue to expose the folly, foolishness, and wickedness amongst the community. And stop following these people, man. The brother said, it was so many contradictions in the video. At one point, he said, "Cause you know I got more money than you." These folk don't have the heart of y'all. How are you a minister, leader, a deacon, and you pump faking money games with your wife after you done took all of her money? And then gonna say, "Oh, I got more money than you," in one breath, and then in another breath gonna say, "Oh, that's just gonna be impossible for me to give it back to you." It's just wickedness and folly, and it should be exposed. This how they coming. And for my sisters, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this before I say that. I'm gonna say this. Don't nobody care. Like, this situation for me personally is used for an example, because I don't know the brother, but I know these camps and I know how they operate in these camps. And you might as well just go ahead and put them all in one big pool. This ain't the first time I done seen this happen. This ain't the first time I done heard about situations like this. And if you come from under a nigga like Grla Hebrew, you in the same category. You in the same category. Ain't none of these folk ministers, masters of Torah. Torah is a walk. Torah is an actual walk. It's an actual lifestyle, not a teaching. You teach the lifestyle, and the lifestyle is supposed to be walked out. Not just, "Oh yeah, I teach the Torah and people supposed to come to me so I can teach you Torah," because it's all about the teaching that I'm able to bring forth. No, Torah is a lifestyle. Ain't nothing about the Father's word that gives a damn about exposing a man for his sin. The Father don't give a damn about you being exposed. And to make myself more clear on why I say that is because David killed a man, lied. And guess what? His sins was left in the Bible for us, for generations after him to see what his sin was. Who cares about another man's sin being exposed? This ain't about him being exposed. This is about us being able to be aware of what's going on. See, the difference is are you exposing it and you having something to talk about, or are you really raising awareness? Because I've been saying this since 2019. I've been telling sisters, stop being intrigued by niggas with knowledge. Stop being intrigued by these fake ministers calling themselves Hebrew Israelites with knowledge, man. Stop being intrigued by that. And the problem with the sister is that, oh yeah, she thought it was safe. The problem with the sister was this. She thought that she was going into something financially stable. Niggas with money, just because a man has money, does not make him qualified, or does not make him qualified as a leader or a minister. Money doesn't show stability. Money shows status when it comes to men. Money shows status. It doesn't show stability. Most men, I'm gonna tell you like this, sisters. I'm gonna tell you like this. Most men with money, they got money by themselves, don't respect and won't respect a woman coming into their life. And they gotta take care of them. Man, you think a regular relationship is hard. Imagine being in a relationship with a man that got money and all he gonna do is use his money and put his foot on your neck. Because that's what them type of men with money do. Unless you find a righteous man that has money, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to play out like that, right? So you know, you got sisters out here like, oh yeah, he seemed established. He seemed established. He seemed to have it all together. Right? So y'all keep going after the same type of men with the status or the so-called status, you know, and get tricked. And get hoodwinked. And get hoodwinked out of everything that you got. And it's sad because as smart as that sister is, she should have been able to see that situation coming. She should have been able to see. Like, don't ever come into the walk and somebody tell you that, oh, my past was, I was a pimp, and you not look for signs and information to see if they still operating in that same spirit. You gotta be a clown. Like, if somebody told me, yeah, I used to bang in the world, I can see it in their aura. I can see it in their actions. I can hear it in their speech. I can see how they try to, you know, manipulate situations and have brothers under them and having folk check in. I ain't never been in no gang. I don't know nothing about how I operate, because I ain't never found no man worthy enough of none, not one. I ain't never found not one man worthy enough for me to be under, because I'm seeking the Father's word in totality, right? And so, you know, you're going to have people come out to defend it like, oh yeah, you got some things that you wouldn't want to be exposed. Yeah, because y'all scared of shame. Y'all afraid to be shamed because the things that you're doing is worthy to be exposed. Yeah, David's sins was exposed, folks. Like, don't nobody care about that. The objective is to raise awareness about what's going on. I can care less about this man's situation, but the people that are coming in, and the people that are searching, and the people that are seeking to have a relationship with the Creator through His people that are saying that they are ministers, that are opening up these camps and groups and congregations, I'm just letting them know to be aware, because these are the things that transpire and go on. These are the things that transpire and go on. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that the sister fell short at extremely is that you saw what manner of man this man was. And then when you see some things that need to be changed, you say, oh, I stuck around hoping that he would change. Because your objective was to try to change him anyway. Stop coming into these men's life trying to change them. Accept them for who they show you they is. Because they're not going to change for you. I hear women say that all the time. I stuck around and I stayed long just to see if something was going to change. Yeah, him changing on your behalf is not what, him changing on your behalf is not how it's designed. He needs to change on the behalf of the Father coming into his life and showing him the things that he needs to change for. But you thinking that you can do it, letting him know, oh, this is what I expect, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do that. Men don't operate like that. The Father have to show us what assignment to do and what we need to be on. And that way we can say, hey, you know what? The Father showed me and told me this is what I need to do. I need to be more active and more present. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna lie to you. That situation was a perfect situation for sisters to understand and brothers to understand. Brothers, that your status don't mean nothing when it comes down to the Father exposing you for the things that you know better not to do. All the niggas that's under them, all the people that's under them are going to carry the same spirit. So be mindful of the camp energy. That's all I'm telling you. Because this ain't the first time that I've seen it. This ain't the first time that I witnessed it. You understand what I'm saying? Sisters, stop being so intrigued by knowledge. And stop being so pressed about a status and stability through a man showing you he got money. Because these folk know how to use money to cover up who they really are. Because the minute you think that a man that's established with money is a good man, all these niggas do is use their financial status to get whatever they want. That's what they do. And until you're actually inside The relationship, you won't recognize it and be aware of it until you have to experience it. Until you got to experience it in full. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is not no hate rant for me. I ain't got no hate for nobody. I do my own thing. I ain't never been a part of no camp. I ain't never had no I ain't never been a part of no camp. And I ain't never, had to, endure anything that was exposed of me that I didn't expose myself. Right? So this ain't got this has everything to do about raising awareness. Be aware, be mindful of who you entertaining, who you allowing to teach you, what environments you going into, who in these environments, what spirit of people, that's even shaking your hand and passing by, the people that's even walking past you, being mindful and aware of it all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And so with that being said, man, I'm on to the next, man. Stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. Do your due diligence. On top of it all, do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have some people out here talking about some, shouldn't be speaking on another man's situation. Shouldn't be speaking on another man's situation. You spoke. Everybody who read the Bible spoke on David's situation and used David's situation as an example to this day. And these things happen generations. So, with that being said, let the Father's will be done. Seek Him, seek His word, you know what I'm saying? And get the approval through the Father's word. Because the Father's word don't have to be defended. It's going to do what it's going to do every time. And this is what it does. It exposes and it brings forth shame and humiliation amongst those that are moving in pride, arrogancy, and haughtiness. That's all it is. That's all it is. With that being said, peace, love, light, and healing to you, man. Hey, catch me at the F3 event, performing live like no other, man. I'm going to turn up for y'all, man. I'm going to do it right. All right? Peace, love, light, and healing. Shalom.